Tonight at 10, we do begin with breaking news. Jackson police investigating a deadly shooting in North Jackson.
The shooting happened on Berry Hill Place just before 4:30. According to police, they arrived on the scene and found 22-year-old Markevius Carey shot multiple times. He later died from his injuries. Anyone with information about the shooting is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 601-355.
Person killed.
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus. Let's talk about celebrities. Let's talk about caring events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on PGT time. PGT time. Tune in on PGT time. PGT time. Come join us on PGT time. PGT time. Join us on PGT time. PGT time. Yeah.
In order for y'all to do what God is calling y'all to do, to take y'all platform to where it's a plateau and it can go to levels that you never seen, don't best believe it's gonna come with devils.
You know what I'm saying? Every time I speak, I want to shiver. You know, I don't want them to be like they know what I'm gonna say because it's polite. But I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody gonna clean it up.
Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Hey, it's your girl, the missus with the kisses, baby. Mwah. What's good, y'all? What is goody? I don't know if y'all can hear it. We still having sound issues. Jason will let me know when he pop up if he can hear us or not. But what's goody in your city? I mean, it's good over here on my block, so I hope it's good over there on yours too. Well, thank y'all so much for joining. I do apologize for the delay. We had a little mix up with the time zone and everything on my behalf. So thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. We have a show tonight, y'all. We have a show tonight. We have another mother that has lost 2 children to gun violence. So we are going to talk about that tonight. We have CHRISTY Carey. CHRISTY Carey, she's here. She's ready. She down there looking all fly and everything, baby. She ready for the show, okay? So let's go ahead. I gotta pull up the co-host. Y'all know how we do up in here. We can't do Wednesdays without Jason. It's just like that. Unless he can't show up. Okay, if he can't show up, the show must go on. Flat. But hold on, let me go ahead and bring him up here so he can say his little Roku TV speech. Y'all know how he do. Here he is.
Hey, yo, what up? It's starting to sound a little bit better. A little bit better.
A little bit better.
You know what I mean? Either way, you know what I mean?
Tax time can't get here fast enough, y'all.
I'm just saying. Shout out to everybody in the building. What up, though? I see you all. You know what I'm saying? Miss Peachy was good with you. Hope all is well as well. You know, we got Carmen in the building. BG says she watching in the hedges. And to all that are out there, we appreciate you for being here tonight. Again, my name is Jason. We're here on PGT Time News Edition. Tonight we do have a family. I need you guys to do us all a favor, though. Make sure that you hit that follow button if you're watching over on YouTube. Also hit the thumbs up and the bell notification. That's right. Hit the bell notification. If you're on any other platform, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitch, Twitter, or even Instagram, make sure that you guys hit that like button or drop a what up though in the chat. Let us know that you are, watching with us tonight. Lastly, make sure that you are following us or get the app over on Roku TV. That's right. We live on Roku TV. So if you have a Roku enabled device, whether it's a TV or you have an actual like box or toggle, then make sure that you look for us on the app. Just like how you would for Netflix or Hulu, you'll look for PTT Time, and that's time spelled with the Y, TYME. And then you can watch all of our previous shows or catch us live right now. Mama Peach in the building. She says, "Hey everyone, Mama Peach watching from Roku TV." So we appreciate that. We getting people over on all aspects of watching our show. So tonight, like we said earlier, we do have an amazing story. I wouldn't say amazing, but a sorrow story to tell of a mother losing 2 children. And we want you guys to be listening with your hearts and your ears. And then also make sure that you're sending love out and love and peace to this family that have lost 2 individuals that I know that they wasn't ready to lose quite yet. So we thank you all for being here with us tonight. Oh, last thing before we get into it. Excuse me. Now we have been nominated for Podcast of the Year, and that is all through Yo ATL Raps, which goes down April 27th at the Atrium in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah. So make sure that you go vote for us. You can vote 1 time a day, every day, all the way up until like April 1st, I think. So what you'll do is you'll go in and search for us, where it'll say a podcast of the year, and then you go down and find PGT Time and give us a vote. Like I said, you can vote for us 1 time a day. Also, my platform, which is CTV Radio, Catch This Vibe Radio, has been nominated for Internet Radio Station of the Year. If you go to ctvradio.live, you'll be able to see at the top of the website that it says vote, vote, vote. We've been nominated for Internet Radio Station of the Year. Give us a vote as well. You get 1 vote per day. So make sure that you guys go ahead and vote for us. Use all your emails up, man. Use every single one of those emails on both of our platforms so we can bring home the hardware in 2024. Big shout out to Yo ATL Raps. It's going down to Atrium, April 27th. You ready for the Pajama Jam? I'm ready. I'll be there.
I'm ready, but is my pajamas ready? I don't know.
That part.
See, I want. Let me tell y'all. Okay, so I contacted Christy. We coming, Christy. I just gotta tell them a couple things first. I called. Now everybody know. Let me show y'all this picture. You see that flyer?
Mm-hmm.
When I say this, I want to make sure this picture is up here. I called Sweeper's wife, and I was like, "Look, what type of people gonna be here, and what they gonna be wearing? Because when you say pajama jam, is lingerie gonna be in the building?" Now, Sweeper and Victoria, they are the CEOs of this, shop. Victoria said, "Hell no." She said they will not walk around in front of my husband like that. I said, "Right on, because my husband coming too." So I want to wear a onesie. I want to wear a onesie, and I want my onesie to have PGT tie all over it, even on the butt part just as well. But it's okay because I got Pool. He gonna be there right by my side just in case they think they want to touch my butt and say that's PGT tie. We ain't doing that today because Pool gonna be there, and if he ain't there, I will hurt you.
That part.
Yeah,
None of that.
None of that. But yes. So I want to wear a onesie, and I do have someone that will actually be making it for me. So I'm excited to see what she comes up with. Shout out to Ree, baby. Also, do a hand clap. Also, now Carmen says she can hear the hand clap. Let me add that to Carmen said, I can hear it. I can hear. That's awesome. Also, we got some birthdays. We got some birthdays to shout out, baby. be. Okay. So first and foremost, I got to start with this person whose birthday is today. Today. I gotta start with this person. Because if it wasn't for this person, I wouldn't be here. I would not be here. So shout out to my daddy, baby. Shout out to my dad.
Yeah, Papa Peach.
Yes. If you go on my page, I got a little picture of him with Beyonce singing, Daddy, I love my daddy. Yeah, that one.
Who sings
I
that
ain't got
song?
one like that, but Beyonce.
Let's keep it that way.
Oh,
But I'm just
Jason done lost his mind. Jason know I'm in control of who goes up and who comes down. Let me bring it back up. Jason.
next time.
But yes,
You got
he is right. We're gonna leave that to Beyonce. But yes, today's my daddy's birthday. I love my daddy so much, y'all. Look, she said, I said I can hear you. But happy birthday, Daddy. I love you so much. I just don't know where I would be at right now if my daddy was not here. Okay. He is a big, big part of my life. Even though I am 44 years old, he is still a big, big part of my life, a big part of Pooley's life, a big part of my kids' life, and definitely a big part of Mama Peach's life and Corey. So, Daddy, we all love you so much. And thank you for all that you do for all of us. We also want to give a shout out to and a big happy birthday to Julie, my cousin Julie, also my cousin Marquay, just as well. And also a happy heavenly birthday to my niece, my baby, Tamaria Stewart, baby. Oh, I wish you was here, but we will definitely continue to celebrate your life, baby girl. So I gotta make sure I give those shout outs. And baby, we got one more shout out. One more happy birthday shout out, baby. And y'all like, well, who else birthday? Didn't you just name everybody? It's one more. It's one more birthday today. And when I tell y'all, I think if I would have known that it was her birthday today, I think I probably would have rescheduled the show, Jason. I probably would have rescheduled the show if I would have known today was her birthday. But today, y'all, our guest, Christy Carey, today is her birthday. Today is her birthday, y'all. So please get in them comments. Wish Christy a happy birthday. Because, baby, here she is. Here she come, baby. She about to be up on the platform right now. Happy birthday, Christy.
Hey, happy birthday.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Yes, happy birthday, boo. Chrissy just told us today, like a few minutes ago, that today was her birthday. So I couldn't say, well, Chrissy, maybe we can't do the show then. You know, I couldn't say that right then and there. But we are here, Christy. Peach Tea Time love you. We love you. We love all our people.
Absolutely.
We love all our peoples. But I definitely wish you many, many more birthdays just as well, sweetheart. I really do. And we about to get this show started. Did you have a good birthday today?
Not really. I basically started my day off. I had a little work to do, and then I went and prepared my son's funeral arrangements today. So that's what I wanted to do for my birthday. So that's what I did.
That's what you wanted to do for your birthday. All right, girl. Well, anything you need from Peachy Tea Time, you know, like I told you before, you know, just let me know. Holla at your girl, and we'll see what we can do to make things happen. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get started with this show. Christy, I know this is difficult for you. Usually, when we have these shows, I usually talk to the guests at least about 3, 4, 5 times, so that I could get completely comfortable with them. I was only able to talk to Christy one time, but we was able to get everything out, you know, what was going on, what happened and everything. So we're definitely going to discuss that tonight. Like I advised Christy, if there's anything that we cannot talk about, for her to let us know. The cases, both cases, are they still open at this time?
Yes.
Okay, so both cases are open at this time, y'all. So we have to be mindful of the questions that we ask, number one, and we also have to be mindful, of just everything that's going on, right now. This is different from the previous shows that we have when we have families on. Christy lost two kids to gun violence, one in November, and then she lost another son in January. So we definitely pray for Christy. Our hearts are with her 100%, and rest in peace to her babies. Rest in peace. So, Christy, we're going to get started with the first clip. Okay, we're gonna do the first clip. When we come back from the first clip, y'all, Christy, I just want to know about your boys. Okay, that's what we want to know. The good things. We want to know the good things, the memories, the what is always you're going to remember about your babies. Okay, and I know they was grown, but I just keep saying babies. Okay, because they're gonna always be your babies. So here we go.
Tonight at 10, we do begin with breaking news. Jackson police investigating a deadly shooting in North Jackson.
The shooting happened on Berry Hill Place just before 4:30. According to police, they arrived on the scene and found 22-year-old Markevius Carey shot multiple times. He later died from his injuries. Anyone with information about the shooting is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 601-355.
Person killed off Interstate 20 last night in the capital city. Jackson police say 23-year-old person killed off Interstate 20 last night in the capital city. Jackson police say 23-year-old Devaun Johnson was killed and a woman was injured while they were in their car on Ellis Avenue near the I-20 exit. Chief Joseph Wade says the victims appear to have been targeted. 3 on Your Side was first on the scene. Our cameras caught officers blocking that Interstate 20 off-ramp at exit 42B in the westbound lanes while they investigated. Paramedics transported the unidentified female victim to the hospital. Her condition not known tonight.
All right, we are back. I want y'all to remember throughout the show, on that first clip, that there was a young lady that they say has not yet been identified. Christy is going to identify her tonight. I already know who she was, but Christy's going to let us know. But I just want y'all to understand how deep this story goes. Okay? So, Christy, tell us about Markevius. What are some of the fondest memories that you have of our Markevius?
Oh, he just he was spoiled, he was spoiled rotten. My aunt basically did that, and he just thought everything should be given to him, even in his older days, as him being grown. That's mostly what I miss. Him calling me every day, worrying me. Mama, give me this. Mama, you got this. You got some money. You send me this. Send me that. Send me this. I'm gonna pay you back. I'm gonna pay you back. And that's basically and his smile. He had a gorgeous smile
Yes,
that
he did.
I'm a miss. And he was kind in his own ways. He had his ways, but my boys loved me, so, and I knew that. So it was like I'm gonna just miss him all, just him. Period.
Yeah. So, how many children do you have?
I have four,
You
three
have
boys and one girl.
3 boys and 1 girl. Okay. Markevius and Devon were two handsome young men. Very handsome young men. Um, did Markevius have any kids?
Yes, he have a 4-year-old son.
Okay, a 4-year-old son. Oh,
Yeah.
girl, you don't look nothing like grandma. You don't look like one at all whatsoever. But okay, so he had a 4-year-old. Now, tell us a little bit about Devon.
Oh, that was my special son there. He just I miss him the most because he kind of like he gonna make you miss him because he gonna call you every day. He gonna worry you every day, all day. It was something every day, all day. It was something with him, and he just made me just ain't no forgetting him. Nowadays, he go let his mama know he here. I'm mama. He go check on me every day. And it was just, I'm just gonna miss the little temper tantrums he had when he don't get his way. Um, all of them was spoiled in their own little way, and I'm gonna just miss him calling me every day because that's basically the only child. My daughter checked on me a lot, because she's the only girl, but he was my only son that he was I was gonna hear from him every day, all
regardless.
day. It was terrible.
Now, Christy, I have two children. Jason has three. Jason has three girls. I have a girl and a boy. Let me back up. I have a girl and a boy, and I have a bonus daughter just as well. So I only have one son, and my baby is a mama's boy to the heart, to the core. He's a mama's boy. Out of your three boys, which one is the mama's boy that you can definitely hands down say this one was the mama's boy?
Good, Devon.
Divine, definitely Divine.
Hmm.
Wow. Did Divine have any children?
Yes, he had 4 boys.
Four boys. Okay. Four boys. And what are their age range?
5, 4, 5, 4, 3, and soon to be 1.
Young.
Young babies, right?
They are young. Okay. I didn't expect you to say those ages. They are very, very young. So do so the 5-year old, he should know about Divine. What about the go ahead.
Yeah, he do. All of them know. Well, the baby, of course, don't understand, but the other three, they pretty smart, and they know. They bring it up a lot, So yeah, they pretty smart kids.
Okay. Now y'all keep in mind this just happened. November
Right.
and January. Okay. So Markevius, that was the one that was murdered in November.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's start with Markevius. What happened, Christy? Like that day, let's start with the day that you woke up on that day. What happened?
Basically woke up. He lived with my aunt, and I got up normally and went to my aunt's house like I do. Around the time I went, he was there. He was getting ready to leave because he was like a female was. He was like, this little female finna pick me up. So I ain't think none of it. So he asked his sister, let me run to the store real quick. She was like, nah, you ain't gonna come right back because he don't know how to get nobody car and come right back. He like to do what he want to do in people cars and he'll cut his phone off and come back hours later.
But
But
Jason up there come about, yep, that sound familiar.
but
I ain't say it sound familiar. I get
But
what
you
you know what I'm
shaking your
saying.
head like you done did that a few times yourself.
but
I
in
get
this
it.
particular time, he actually went to the store and came right back. But by the time he made it back, we was had went, when he left, we left like immediately after me and my daughter, we had to run to the grocery store. So when he came back, because I seen on my aunt's camera the time frame of everything when he left her apartment and everything. So Um, we had when we pulled back up, he had just left like a few minutes before us, so I didn't catch a glimpse of who he left with or nothing like that. But on the camera, I was watching him. He was waiting and watching his phone, waiting on the female. So I guess he looked down like at about 4:47. That's when he started walking towards my aunt's door that day. The news people had the time wrong and everything because he was still at home at 4. He didn't leave there till 4:47. They pulled off by 4:48. So he um he was gone. He left, and like I had made it to the house or whatnot. After I left the grocery store, we came back to my aunt's house. He was gone. Already. He had just left, and me and my daughter went home then. And a couple hours later, I just the auntie of the nephews at that house where he was, because that was his friends he grew up with house. They was real close. They, you know, acted like they was his brothers or whatnot. So that's why that's what I thought at first. They was close like that. They grew up together from the time he got out of prison in August. Um, he was with them every day, but that particular day, November the 13th, I got a phone call. I want to say the aunt blowing me up, and I answered the phone, and she said, "Christy, Markevius been shot. He over there at Bug House, which is her nephew now house, and he's dead." I immediately jumped up, and I'm like, "What's the address?" Because I remember vaguely where they stayed, because I done took him over there a few times, but I couldn't think straight at that time. So I'm like, she sent me the address. I immediately get over there on the scene. They had everything taped off, and I think it was like 8ish around that time, um, 7, 8ish, and he was deceased. They wouldn't let us go up there where they wouldn't let me go up there or whatnot. So that was that.
Wow. Now, how does it feel to have to hear this type of way? You know what I'm saying? From a family member. Because you would think that the police will come knock on your door, or contact you, call you, but you had to hear it from a phone call. Like a lot of families, and for those that don't know or don't realize that from watching PGT time, a lot of the families hear from social media. Somebody done called them, but they never ever hear it from the police. And one thing that you just said, because I listen very well. One thing that you just said that I don't think I've heard a family say it here on PGT time yet was that somebody called you and said he's dead. Not that he just got shot and that's it. Usually they hear, oh, they got shot. Oh, okay, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. But you literally heard the words, he got shot. He's dead.
Yeah,
So,
because it had been, like I say, the time frame that I got from the people over there doing my little investigation and everything, from the time he made it over there, my son died roughly at 6, a little after 6 o'clock that afternoon. And like I say, I didn't get a call till I want to say 7ish, 8ish. So that's plenty enough time, and I do agree for the police or anybody, because y'all was on. Yeah, I'm sure y'all was on the scene well before 2 hours later. Y'all could have notified me, but I had to hear it from, like I say, the aunt of the nephews that lived there, which was my son, presumed to be friends, and well, brothers is what he called them.
Right.
so you
Yeah,
knew them very well?
I'm like, I watched them grow up. He stayed with them weekends and nights and all this, that, and the other. They grew up together, so I kind of thought, and I'm saying thought because it's just they done changed my whole insight on how I look at them
Right.
with dealing with all this with my son's death and everything. So, but like I say, they grew up together. I knew them as little boys. So, yeah.
Now, and if you can't answer this, I understand. Um, you said that they were like brothers, and then you said that you look at them a little differently now.
Hmm.
So by putting those two together, being that I don't know you, Christy, I don't know the boys, I never knew your sons. So when you say something like that, to me, the first thing that comes to mind is when it was time to talk, they must not have been talking. Like if they was there, they should
Exactly.
have been talking. This my
Exactly.
brother. This is what happened.
Exactly. It's like
Am I right?
exactly, and it was nothing like that. And they family don't understand why I feel the way I feel, and I'm like, y'all feel hey, these my son considered them as his brothers, and they said the same thing. But okay, if this your brother, then I just feel like y'all would do anything it take or whatever to try to help this case or try to figure out what's that went on. If that's the case and y'all know nothing like y'all say y'all do, but from the day he got killed to the day after, y'all done got ghosts. Detectives trying to contact y'all. No one want to talk. Nobody's at the house anymore. And they was there. My son was over there with them 24/7 damn near. It's like, excuse me, like
No,
his
no, it's
brother
explicit
said.
language.
His
Explicit language. Explicit
his
language.
brother said, his brothers, his biological brothers, like my brother was with y'all every day. How y'all don't know what done went on over here? And they was basically saying the truth. And like I say, from the day he got murdered, the night he got murdered, evening and to starting the next day, detectives got right on it, trying to go back out to talk to the so-called brothers and friends. Couldn't find them. They nowhere in sight. They won't answer no phone calls, won't come in to answer no questions, go to their dad's job, no one there to talk. It's like, but y'all telling me y'all don't know nothing? So this y'all brother though. And
Mm.
y'all don't know what went on at y'all house. I beg to differ.
And let's also add, if this happened like around 6 o'clock, that means it's broad daylight. I don't care what season it is. I don't care about daylight savings time. 6 o'clock is daylight time.
Yeah.
So somebody definitely hold on. Let me change the. Let me put this up here right quick. I'm slipping, Christy. I'm slipping. If you know something, say something. And we got to
Absolutely.
make sure we have this on here for the rest of the night. Okay. Now, like you said, these are he considered them his brothers. This happened at this house. Somebody was there. He wasn't there by himself. So somebody was there.
He
Somebody
actually,
saw something.
from my understanding, he went there and wasn't nobody there, and didn't nobody know he was coming. But they never stopped him before. He know y'all house is a way to get in without anybody being there. He have told me this. I done took him over there, so they know that. But like I say, it just was a bunch of conflicting stories, and then like I say, the next day, it's no one to be found. Nobody. The main person he hung with every day, the main two people, they ghosts. Nobody want to talk. They turning down. Turning down calls from the investigators, detectives. They telling the detectives they not coming in, giving no statements. It was just a whole bunch, and that, like I say, that is what changed my whole thing, my whole insight on those so-called brothers. And it's nothing that's gonna change it back because it's nothing they can tell me, nothing their family can tell me, nothing to make me understand or make me feel any different. Like this y'all brother, y'all loved him as like y'all brother, and y'all telling me these detectives asked y'all to come down here and speak with them about anything that y'all may know so we can try to y'all don't want to go in. So it seems fishy to me. Some ain't right.
Have you talked to them?
Basically, no. They reached out to me because I made a post about this same thing I'm saying, and it got back to the aunt, and the aunt said what she said and said something, and she said, well, basically, she wanted to know about my post, and she don't understand what I'm saying, and I basically told her, like, this is what I'm saying. The same thing I'm telling y'all. If them they brothers, how come y'all ain't doing whatever it takes? Y'all can't make me feel no different. Y'all will feel the same way. Either it ain't that much. Don't want to talk to the police and scared of the police and this that. Y'all do too much mess to be scared of the police around here. So I like from things that I know personally that I'm not going to speak on. So it ain't about being scared of talking to the police. This is, like I say, put that beyond. This y'all brother, y'all say. And
Okay.
y'all telling me y'all can't speak on his behalf? He dead. He died at y'all house and y'all know nothing. Y'all claim, yet and still, y'all won't give these detectives nothing to go on. No, y'all know something. And that's just how I feel.
Okay. Now, when me and you spoke, before, I told you that I was going to ask a question because a lot of people, when they see black men getting murdered, the first thing they think of is gang violence.
Hmm.
So I wanted to make sure that we made that clear here on Peachy Tea Time. Do you know if this was gang violence or not?
It was not.
Okay. Now, my second question. I didn't ask you this question on the phone because we didn't get into, what you just said today. But was this, and if you can't answer, don't even answer if you can't. But I want to know, was this a trap house?
No, it was not a trap house. It was, their dad gave them. It was they were sons by different baby mamas, and he gave them their house. And like I say, my son goes over there. They all young. They had little females coming in and out. They little house. That's they was their house. But I think one of their uncles, which he was older, he lived there as well. So that basically it was just a house that you can go to and chill and
Yeah.
bring your little company and do whatever you want over there, basically, from my
Okay.
understanding. But no,
And
it wasn't a trap house.
okay. How
Mm.
old was Markevius?
When he died, he was 24. They
He
had
was
that wrong on the news as well. He just turned 25, January the 27th.
okay. I'm so happy you said that. I meant to say that too. I tell y'all all the time. That's one of the main reasons why me and Jason, me and Pooley have families on this platform. The news don't tell the truth all the time. The news don't tell enough either, but they don't tell the truth all the time.
Yeah,
So
they based
I'm glad
like
you
they
made
had
that
his
clear.
time and his death on there. They said 4. He was still at home at 4. He didn't leave home till 4:48 at the apartment complex. So he didn't make it over there till 5:52, I think. I got it all wrote down.
Mm.
And he got murdered a little after 6. So I'm like, no, no.
Now, was he found outside, inside the house?
As soon as he walked out, like the uncle had pulled up sometime in between it. He did talk to the police that night and said that he came and Markevius was there. So I don't know what happened, but a female picked my son up that day, and he was over there with her. And yeah, walked out the house, and he had just hung up the phone with the so-called brother. Hung up the phone, walked right out the door, and got murdered. So he was murdered at the doorway.
And
Yeah.
the adult male, that was like, to me, I'm thinking like the overseer of the house. He was outside pulling in or pulling up or whatnot
He
when
had been there
Markevius
for a little minute when Markevius was there. He had been there for a few minutes. And he say he heard the gunshots. He come out and he looked to the right or left or whatever, whichever way my son was laying up there. I don't remember. But he looked, which I think if he come out the door, because he was laying right here to the right of me, if I'm coming out, so it'll be to the left of him coming out the door. He looked to his left. He said he seen him. He was about to walk out, and the guy had made it back to his vehicle, his truck at that time. And the guy, when he came out, he was about to check on him. The guy shot at him, so he ran back in the house. And eventually he came back out, and the guy was gone. The female left too. The female that brought my son there.
she took off.
Exactly.
So I'm assuming she must have been outside waiting in the car.
She was inside with him. They walked out together.
Oh, they
That's
walked
my
out
thing.
together.
Yeah. How she didn't get shot, I don't know.
Girl, that's some strange shit. This
Right.
strange. If they walked
How
out
he let
together,
her made it, I don't know. He didn't shoot at her. I don't know. But right, my son got
I mean,
gunned
not
down.
even, okay, even if the bullet didn't get her. And Jason, I could be wrong. But I wouldn't think that me as a person, I'm gonna get in my car and just pull off.
Yeah, she left.
I'm going to, oh my gosh, he hit. You know what I'm saying? Or if I'm gonna run, I'm gonna run and hide somewhere, not run and get in my car and pull off and just leave them out there.
She left first, and the killer left behind.
Have you talked to her?
Don't know who she is.
Chris, I feel so sorry for you.
Yeah, that's tough. My heart goes out to you.
Goodness gracious.
A lot of emptiness, a lot of unanswered questions.
Yeah.
A lot of, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people around that don't know what happened or seen, you know what I mean? And for no one to say anything, that's the toughest part. Like, you know, like you at least can help out the family with closure at this point. You know what I mean? Especially the young lady that probably seen it all, know who it was, have an idea who it was.
Basically, could have had something to do with it. Don't know at this point. I'm kind of trying. I've been trying to wrap my mind around it. Like maybe she could have been terrified and just left the scene. But still, you wrong. You left. My son came there with you. You left him. He died there. You could have, even if you didn't, if you were that scared, you could have ran back in the house and waited on the police and told them something. It's like you just thing that just made me feel like maybe the guy and her was they knew each other, the killer. Like this was like a setup. Like it was like basically what I'm saying. They knew each other.
Right.
So
And I guess this doesn't go anything against your son, but was he, like, can you tell us the type of person he was when it came down to um how he carried himself like to the public?
carried himself, he was quiet into himself, unless he's bothered, then he can be very silly.
Sure, sure.
Right.
But he wasn't like a
So
boisterous or a braggadocious type of person, someone that
you
was
know,
flashy of sorts. Yeah.
not really. He'll get a little money. He might flash it on, Yeah, all the youngsters do
All the
get
young,
it.
yeah, I was gonna say he's
And
24.
they
Yeah,
get a little money, they want to flash it and this, that, and the other. But, other than that, he's not a silly type person, like a aggressive person. Everywhere he go, he causing conflict, commote. No, he wasn't that kind of person, you know.
hmm
And then he wouldn't just get in a car with someone that he just really just didn't know like that. So just I just felt like he knew this female enough
that part.
to leave with her. And she left him there.
Yeah. Now, I did have a question. You did speak on. I don't know if you were speaking towards the quote unquote brothers that was in jail at one point, or you were speaking to your son potentially being incarcerated. But you said that somebody got out, and that's how they all got to like continue to hang with each other. Did any of them all were incarcerated together, or were just like one person and then?
No, my son Markevius he had did some time for a conspiracy charge. He had just got out August the 17th.
Okay,
And yeah, he had just got out August the 17th. He had did almost 2 years.
gotcha.
So
But he didn't do any time with the gentleman that he went to go see with. Or
nah, they been out. They was out, but before went in, he hung with them damn near every day. And
understood. Understood.
when he growing up, hung with them, and when he got out, he was with them almost every day. Every time you look up, he was with them more than he was with his biological brother. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Wow.
Mm.
So at this time, Devin's still alive.
yeah, Devon,
Devon, I'm sorry, Devon's still alive.
mhm.
Devon, he had no idea about who this girl was.
No, he had been pondering his brain. It's to the point to where he was real bothered by his brother dying. It's like they had things. It's like they couldn't get along for nothing, but it's like couldn't nobody mess with either one of them, or they gonna, they down with their brother, but
Yeah.
only the person could mess with each other is them. They can mess. Devon can mess with Marquise. Marquise can mess with Devon, but then not nobody else mess with them, or they go act a fool, about each other. But yeah, he took his brother's death real bad. It's like to the point to he wasn't eating too good. He wasn't sleeping. It's like I was worried about him, so I had to check on him more. And he became to be a little more clingy to me. It's like he wanted to be around me and see me every day. And I didn't know what that mean until now. I figured it out. Like my son was leaving me. He had to see me every day. And that's I just
Mm.
I see into things differently,
Mm-mm-mm.
it's just me. But yeah, he took his brother's death real, real bad. It's like every day it was something. He was trying to figure it out. And Mama, had you heard anything from the detective? Mama, hey, what they saying? And hey, you looked at this female? Did you look at his page, his Instagram? He was all on his Instagram and going through his messages. He took it pretty bad. He really did.
Now, Christy, I know we don't know each other.
Hmm.
I'm from Michigan. Jason is from Michigan. Jason stays in Minnesota now. I'm here in the A. Um, Me and Jason didn't know each other from Michigan at all. I met Jason on the app, but we all from the hood. I'm just gonna say it like that. We all from the hood. The streets be talking.
Yeah,
The streets be talking.
every
The
day.
streets didn't say nothing about who this girl is.
I got yeah.
Okay.
They made a. They spoke on a female by the name of Strawberry, and that was her name. Her real name. I got it all wrote down. I can't think of it, but they call her Strawberry. So which I kind of got to investigate her, and And she, seemed to she was very suspicious, and she's very much suspicious now. I kind of feel like that's who my son left with, because immediately it's like the day he got murdered, like from the time we found out that it could have been who he left with, it's like his brothers and them immediately tried to like get on her Instagram or something, just to follow her and try to see what,
Mm.
scope things out. And it's like she was screening everybody come on her page. And if you look at her and see her, how she dressed, and she dressed like a little hoochie or whatnot. And you ain't screening no handsome guys getting on this page. Some ain't right. You know what I'm saying? You letting them on here because you look like you go. You gonna go with any guy. So I'm just saying it just didn't seem right. But after a while, my baby boy sent her a message after she did what she did, screening and asking who is this, and which my baby boy is very handsome, and like I say, this female, if you look at her, you can tell she gonna go. So uh he sent her a message, said, I love my, that's all he said, and he showed it to me. Sent her a message, I love my brother, and you go pay for what you did. She immediately jumped to conclusion. She never met my baby boy before. She don't know they was brothers or nothing, because they not, on the same pages or none of that. They don't look alike. She immediately called my son name out, was like, if you talking about Lil Key, I had, I didn't have, that was my friend. I didn't have nothing to do with nothing. I don't know what you talk, but how you know who he was talking about?
That
He didn't
part.
call a name. You don't know him.
And
He
you
just
just
said,
said that them
oh,
other boys in the house was his brothers too.
right. All he said was, I love my baby for what you did. Now, if you didn't know what was going on, you didn't have nothing to do with nothing. And this stuff haven't even hit the news yet about his murder. How you know what he was talking about?
Exactly. Was there any other female names that came up, or it was just her name just kept
Only
ringing?
just hers. And then she presumed to get on Facebook, and I got the messages and everything sent it to the detectives. She basically got on Facebook, found this other female that kind of, she don't resemble her, but both big girls, and they
Mm.
both about the same complexion. She got in that lady's inbox, which I knew her personally, and told her, like, was asking her questions about a certain car, and which they said that was used in the that was there when the murder happened, that the female was in. And she asked the lady, don't you have an Acura? And she, the young lady got in her like, who are you? And she got off her page. Then next thing you know, she came back, and she was like, asked her, who the F are you? Like, why you steady coming back on my page? And she was like, you don't know me. I'm just trying to see why people is trying to confuse me and you as the same person.
Mm.
That was suspicious to me. And she
Mm.
was like, what you mean confuse us as the same person? She told my the girl that I knew, she said, she sent me all the messages. She said, me and you don't look nothing alike, sweetheart. So how they gonna confuse us? Which they don't. They just both heavy set, but she's way prettier than she is. It's like she trying to pin some on her.
Oh,
And it was
somebody.
crazy. You trying, yeah. And she was like, well, I'm just trying to see why people trying to confuse us as the same person. And they trying to confuse me with a girl that drive a car. Don't you have an Acura? And saying that I got something to do with this guy's murder, and I don't know nothing about it. That's what she quote unquote called my son, this guy. And I went through his messages. My son had been talking to this same girl a lot. They was baby this, baby that. He done went over to her, but you in the
Strawberry?
messages, huh?
Strawberry?
Yeah. And you done said this guy like you didn't know him. that another, like I say, that what made seem to me was suspicious.
Very.
You done perceived him as this guy like you didn't know him. And I done got the whole thread of y'all talking. He didn't even, my daughter had even done took him over there to see her. It's like they done had a whole, like, you should have seen it. And you done went to this girl page and the fact and trying to act like she the person they looking for and acting like that somebody trying to confuse y'all too. And that's what made me tell the police, y'all need to look into her, which they called her down. She came down to do an interview and denied everything. But they didn't do a good enough job because that girl, she lied about so much stuff. And like I say, I still feel like she knows something. It's something.
That's your spirit telling you that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, and I always ask all the families this, do you feel like the police is doing their job or have done their job?
No, not by the least. Not with this murder, nor with my son's Devon murder, which, like I say, they got one of the people, which I feel like it's more people involved. But hey, but um, I done basically had to go to the news. I done went to the feds. This with Devon's murder to get the ball rolling on y'all doing something. When I'm telling y'all, I know who killed my son. I paid the killer not to kill my son. Y'all steady prolonging and prolonging. I had to get on the news and for them to even try to do something with
And
Devon. But
we do have that. We're gonna go ahead and show that. But as of now, Markevius killer is still out there on the loose.
still out there, no nothing. I've been calling and I have to check in with the detective, see if anything else. Have y'all heard anything? And from the same thing they believe as the same thing I believe, that them so-called brothers know more than what they talking about and or what they're saying. But they can't find them. They like I say,
They done went ghost.
basically, but they round. They be around.
Yeah, they're
Mhm.
around. And when we get to this tribute that I make, Jason's gonna say his little speech. He tell this speech every time we play the tribute. He tell this little speech, and because Jason always believed that when we do these shows with the families, he always believed that somebody's watching. He always believed it. So let's go ahead. We're gonna get into Divine, but let's play this clip first. Here we go.
Jackson police are searching for a person of interest in the city's 9th homicide. 23-year-old Devaun Johnson was shot and killed Friday while sitting in his car on Ellis Avenue near Highway 80. His sister was also shot and is in critical condition tonight at UMMC Hospital. Chris Fields spoke exclusively with their grieving mother. Chris.
That's right, Ashley. A disagreement that started in the streets and made its way to social media is what Johnson's mom says caused both of her sons to lose their lives to senseless gun violence. Now, Devaun Johnson was killed on Ellis Avenue Friday. What's even more shocking is she alleges the same person or people are behind both their killings.
When they shot him this last time, they kind of made him even more paranoid with these guys. You know, my son feared for his life, and he told me that.
CHRISTY Carey, the mother of two sons who both lost their lives to gun violence, is still trying to wrap her head around losing two children just months apart. Her oldest, Markevius Carey, killed in November of 2023, and her 23-year-old son, Devaun Johnson, Friday, January 26.
After his brother that died, it got even worse with these guys. He's like, Mom, I'm telling you, you know, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, son, They watching me, mama. They trolling me. You know, when they follow them on Facebook, they call that trolling. He say they watching me. They steady picking mine. This did it. I said, Devon, I got so sick of hearing those guys' names. So I just didn't want to hear them no more.
Carey says this all started after her son's alleged killer accused Devaun of taking $6,500 from him. At that point, Carey said she had had enough, and that's when she reached out to the person her son was involved with to pay back half the money the guy claimed her son took.
I'm trying to damper the beef down. I just want this to be over. My son paranoid. He can't go nowhere. Got him sitting up in the house all the time, 24. He can't do nothing because of these guys. Every time he dot the door, they shooting at him.
Carey's former home and vehicle were shot up Saturday, the day after Devaun was killed. The home and vehicle riddled with bullets while a family of small children were inside.
I felt that it was retaliation, and our investigation has led us in that direction.
Jackson Police Chief Joseph Wade was on the scene the night of the shooting. After investigating, he says they are now looking for 24-year-old Sahi Phillips as a person of interest. Chief Wade says Phillips is also wanted on 3 other warrants and separate cases.
I consider Sahi Phillips armed and dangerous. He's a threat to the community. He's a threat to anyone who comes in contact with him.
Chief Wade says U.S. Marshals and the Action Unit are out looking for Phillips.
Once we charge him with the murder on Friday night and the aggravated assault of the young lady in that particular situation.
Now, if you have any information about where Phillips is, call JPD or Crime Stoppers. Chris Fields, 3 on your side.
Oh, Christy. When I'm trying to hold back my tears right now for you. I know this is like a dream. This got to be like a dream to you right now. In such a small amount of time to lose 2 kids. Not only that, like I told y'all from the beginning, the first clip we played, your daughter was in the car with Devaun. Correct? And
Yes.
she was shot.
Yes.
Tell us about that, Christy.
She was shot in the head, arm, and in the leg. And she made it. You know, she witnessed her brother die. She seen it. It was still up when the paramedics came and everything. So she's seen a lot. Yep. So, but she's doing okay now. It's just basically just headaches. We trying to pray them away from her, pray them off of her, pretty much. But yeah, that's pretty much it. She was in critical condition. At first, I looked at her. I actually thought my daughter wasn't gonna make it. You know, it was terrible. And I'm like, I just seen her. She had tubes running everywhere. They had to put her under to keep her calm, to keep the swelling down in her brain. It was a dreadful moment for me, and you know, I was, as I do and has been doing. I just prayed, you know, because my daughter didn't deserve it, you know.
I watched Mike special last night on Netflix. And make sure y'all watch that, by the way. Great comedian. But one thing that he mentioned in there was Black folks know God. If we don't know nothing else, we know God. Christy, it ain't nothing but God that even got you here on PGT time today. It's nothing but God. I'm sure while you're at the hospital with your daughter, I'm sure you already knew that Devaun was gone.
Yeah, I did actually. When
Oh,
I was at the hospital, when I made it, I just got the call saying that my daughter had been shot, and they said that her boyfriend seemed to be deceased. And I'm like, I just jumped up.
oh,
So I didn't know it was my son at first.
okay, okay. So you was just told. Let's start there. Let's start from the beginning with that. You out wherever you was at. You
I was
get a
at
phone
home in the
call
bed, actually.
at home in the bed.
And
Phone call.
I had a few like 3 missed calls through Facebook then because I had my notifications turned off so I can't hear that mess because a lot of people call you through Facebook that don't have no business calling. So but
Mhm.
something made me go to my inbox and I seen the missed call of this young lady, her back, because I'm like, why is this girl blowing me up? Who is this? So I called her back, and that's when she told me that my daughter Christasia had been in a car accident and it was a shooting involved, and that said her boyfriend, he was slumped over and he wasn't moving. He seemed to be dead, deceased. I said, just jumped up and I told her thank you. And
And did she have a boyfriend at the time that you
yeah,
was
she
aware
did.
of?
She
Okay.
did. So I'm thinking like right then, like, what is this boy into? I'm thinking he was a decent guy, I'm like, what he done got my daughter into? And that's all I'm thinking. I'm trying to figure out at this point, I didn't even know how to put my shoes on. I'm trying to figure out how to I was like, I don't know what happened. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what my shoes right there. I'm screaming. My baby boy hear me holler. I said, Pooh been shot. And he just jumped up. He left way before me, my baby boy. And I immediately left. I almost tore my whole car up. And shit, I was supposed to be in a bad accident that night myself trying to get to my daughter. Because I didn't know which hospital. I just immediately went to UMC. But that's where she was. And that's where I found out that that wasn't her boyfriend. I was there trying to see her, but hadn't seen her yet because the doctors the people up front couldn't tell me nothing. And I didn't know if my daughter was still alive or not. I'm just screaming and hollering like, y'all got to tell me something, and I'm like, because I'm already knowing. I was sitting, actually, I was sitting in my bed. I had seen it go across Facebook that a shooting had happened on Ellis and the guy was deceased. They hadn't called the name or anything at that time. I seen it and I scrolled right past it, not knowing that that was my daughter and my son. And like I say, and got the call, I immediately jumped up, got to the hospital. They not telling me nothing. I don't know at this point. I don't know if my daughter's alive or not. They can't tell me nothing. I'm like, are y'all serious? But that's when I my kid's dad. He went outside talking. He was like, went outside to get some air. He said, Chris, uh, said that wasn't Christasia's boyfriend in that car. Christasia had took Devon to get a haircut.
And who
Uh,
told you this?
my kid's dad, because his brothers and them had found out what had happened. And they told him that there was Devon in the car with Christasia. And that's when he came and told me, he said that wasn't her boyfriend. They said, he said she had took him to get a haircut. She had just left her brother's name shop. And I knew right then the boyfriend that she was telling me about, that was my son. And all I said, they didn't kill my son. They didn't kill my other son. And I just started screaming outside the hospital. That's when I found out that that was my son at the hospital.
Mm, mm.
I was hoping it wasn't. I immediately called his phone, praying that he answered. Like maybe they don't know what they're talking about. Maybe she did pick her boyfriend up.
Yeah, I was on the outside. You was on the outside of the
Yeah,
hospital.
yes. And he didn't pick up. And I had to show the detective a picture of him. And that's when he That was my son.
That's a lot to have in the moment, you know.
It's a lot for Christy.
And I
And
know,
I'm
like I
sure
say, that
it's
was
a lot
my,
for us too. I'm
that
like,
was
wow, that's a lot.
figured out that was my son. And then on top of that, I didn't even, my daughter was still alive at that time. It was like, it was a terrible moment for me. It was terrible. To the point I asked God, please spare her. You can take me, you know. They done took my boys, two of my boys, you know, just spare her. She don't deserve this. Just take me, cause please. I'm like, don't take my only daughter, you know. But he I started to lose a little faith at first. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I started to question. Like it can't be good. Ain't God. Ain't no God. It can't be because you know, I done did a lot of things in my life, and I'm like, I done did a lot of things. I done prayed about it, and I believe God done forgave me for everything, but I just don't believe I'm this bad of a person that these type of things will continue to happen to me. I'm like, I just buried a son 2 months prior to that. I'm like, come on now. You know, I was like, but you know, I asked God, what he wanted from me, you know. What you want, you know? I started to lose a little faith, but
I got somebody I want you to talk to. That's first and foremost. And I'm gonna connect you with them, with this person. I meant to reach out to her to make sure that she watched the show tonight, but I'm gonna connect you with her. Whew.
So yeah.
After Markevius was murdered, how did this occur with Devaun? The whole money situation and all that. Does that have anything to do with what happened with Markevius?
no,
Separate things.
no, this is two separate things that I believe. But you know, like the streets talking, they basically saying that it could be a connection, but you know, I presume for it to be two different things. But yeah, it started back in April. Markevius was still locked up at that time. It started in April. Devon supposedly had took $6,500 worth of drugs and stuff from this guy, Sahih Phillips.
The guy that we just saw on the news.
Yes.
Okay.
And which came from my son told me that he did, eventually after all the stuff went down and all the threats and everything, he told me about it, which they normally tell me things and told me that he did do that. You know what I'm saying?
And this was
So
after Markevius was murdered?
this
When he
no,
came into
Marquis was still locked up. He hadn't even got out of prison yet.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I had told I told him what it was going on while he was locked up when he called me. And he tried to reach out to the guys and tell them to cut, y'all threatening to go to my mom's house, let that mess go, and this, that, and the other, but either way, he the day he supposedly took the stuff, so he pulled up at my house that day. And I had seen that car before at my house. Devon had got out of it. So he had been riding with the guy prior to them days. He bring him over, drop him off, and pick him back up either way. But he pulled up fast, and I was walking out my door. And that was in April. Or was it April? That could have been. That's when he got shot in April. That could have been March. Could have been close to the end of March, beginning of April, somewhere up in there. But either way, he pulled up to my house and jumped out and was like, "Is Devon here?" And me being me, when I don't know who put it, I don't like people in my house, and I definitely don't have uninvited company. I like us, and I said, "Who the fuck is you?" Like that. It's like, "Oh, I'm Sahi. I was trying to see was Devon here." Yet and still he ain't come to me, and he knew I was his mom and try to tell me what had went on and try to solve it because I'm very understandable and I try to keep all mess down if I can. And if he would have came to me right then that day and told me what had happened, guess what? I would have gave that boy that money. Please go on with let that be, baby. It ain't worth it. Here you go. Go on. But he did. He said I was looking for Devon. I said Devon don't stay here. Like I tell anybody that pull up for Devon or Markevius, if they ever come, to my house for them two sons, because they don't live with me. And so he knew my son where he lived. He knew he didn't live. I said Devon don't live here, and he left. Next thing you know, I didn't know Devon was in my daughter's car. So, because like I said, I was walking out. I didn't see him till he got out the car. He was like, "Mama, who was that?" I said, "Somebody's name Saheed. Quit having these folks coming to my house. Like I tell him any other time, people that I don't know don't have nobody coming to my house." So next thing you know, days go on, and that's when I found out what had happened. And after he done got shot in April, that's when the first shooting happened. So he shot my son in April. He caught him walking by his kid's mom house. And they had a verbal altercation, talking, however, and he shot him.
Let me stop you right there. They had an altercation.
Verbally. Yep, at that time. But my son had already took the stuff from him, so he was gonna do that anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Why Saheed wasn't locked up at that moment?
yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out now, because going through all this stuff here now, that murder case and all that, coming to find out, Saheed he had a probation officer. He was supposed to be, he was on parole. Or he had a probation officer. However, that's so. No, I never had one. I don't get into mess like talking about it, but he was supposedly he was on probation, and your guess is as good as mine. I don't know how was he still out.
Was a report filed?
Yes.
I mean, because he went to Devon went to the hospital and everything.
Yes,
So yeah,
ma'am.
a report had to been filed.
Hmm. He named him as his shooter. Hmm.
And he never got locked up for that.
That's the first shooting. Come May.
Come on, Mississippi. Come on, Mississippi. Y'all gotta do better than this.
Come May, they shot my son again. Messed his arm up real bad this time. The first time, April, he got shot in his back. Because I guess he seen him and he ran. He shot him in the back. Bullet still there in his chest to this day. The coroner said, when I talked to him, he said it. He wanted to know, have he been shot before? And I was like, yeah. I said, it should be a bullet still in his chest. He said, yeah, it was. But yeah, he had been shot in April by the killer then. But yeah, shot him April and shot him again in May.
So that's what you meant in the news broadcast when you said that every time he step out the door, they shooting at him.
And that wasn't all the shooting. I'm just saying that's when they shot him. Yeah. I'm like, of course he won't report every time he died the door. He called me and let me know, "Mama, somebody just shot him out. I hurt my arm." I said, "Well, Devon, just stay in the house. You know them guys." He called me, "Mama, saw he in that black Challenger out there sitting in the cut. I'm telling you, that's him." Okay, well, Devon, stay in the house. Quit. I'm like, just stay in the house. He got tired of staying in the house. He can't dot the door, they shooting at him. Can't dot. I'm like, It was crazy. It was
Okay,
crazy.
so he took the 6,500 in drugs. He got shot in April. Got shot in May. When did you give the money?
Um, June, July, August, June.
And how much did you give? If you can
I
say.
talked to the guy, and like I told him, since his mouth was so smart, and I told him that's why I didn't give him all the money. Cause you can't bully me. Like I told him, I ain't take nothing from you. I'm trying to keep the beef down, and your mouth is what's gonna got you out of all your money that you say he took. Cause I really, just cause he say what he took from you, you can tell me anything. I don't know. I wasn't there, but like I told him, lesson to be learned. You don't let nobody know where your stash is. Your partner, nobody should have got that close to you to even take nothing like that from you. So that was your fault. And he got mad at me and wanted to talk smack. But I'm just being real. When how would you let somebody get that to take from you like that? How did he even? Devon's not your close buddy like that. Y'all just knew each other. Y'all hung around each other. But somebody that's not that close to me like talking about it, but he knew him. He rode with him and this, that. But you know how your A1 day one, he wasn't that with you. So how did he get that close to take that from you? That was your mistake. And I told him just like that, but he wanted to proceed with a smart mouth. And I told him that only thing I'm gonna give you 25. That's what I'm willing to give you. Let this mess go. And I said, all causing on how I feel. Later on, I said month or so or however. I said I might give you some more. It just depends. Basically I was saying that to him, but it was depending on how he did. If he left the mess alone and went on about his business, I would have got back in touch with him. I knew people that knew the little young guy. So I would have got back in touch with him. Hey, come pick this up. Just on the
How
street. And I
old was these? How old was they at this time?
all my son and them guys, they the same age. They 23, 24, 25. They all the same. They around the same ages.
And you gave him $2,500.
He agreed to take it and let everything be. 2 months later, he pull up at my house on the bull crap. I gave it to him in June. Which I didn't just pay him by myself. Me and my friend, she didn't want me to pay him by myself. She gave me half, so it was both of us. We actually paid him together, but paid him in June, July, August, September. It was August, June, July, August the 17th, the day my oldest son got out of prison. That dude pulled up at my house, Sahi Phillips, on the bull crap. I was gone to take my son. Something had just made me jump up. I jumped up. I said, "Come on," because I was gonna take him shopping because he had got big in prison. He need clothes, underwear, t-shirts, things like that. So I new pair of shoes, to get him started or whatnot. I jumped up. I wasn't gone an hour, but my baby boy called, said, "Saw he pulled up, mama." And we got the shoe. He said, I shot his car up and I'm finna go. I said, where you finna go? What? And I'm like, so he hung up. So I run to the car. Actually had got done with him shopping. I ran to the nail shop because it's all around in the same vicinity, and I stayed like 5 minutes away. I ran to get a nail fix of mine, one nail, because I had to let that nail heal before I got it fixed. And I went ahead, I was tired. I went ahead and ran. I told them to hurry up with this nail. I got to go. Hurry up. I ran outside. I said, he done pulled up in my house, and him and dad and got the shoe. I sped home. I get home. I called my kid's dad. I get to in my driveway, saw he car, that same black Challenger my son say that was been watching him, the same black car. I'm telling him, you just paranoid, Devon. That boy ain't nobody, that same black car down at the end of my street. Just sit, shot up. So I'm thinking, if that, I thought he was dead in there because how it was and everything, and how my son say he didn't drive it down there. It's like it rolled down there. So at that moment, I called the police after I called my kid's dad because he didn't stay. He stayed around the corner from me. Called him, called the police. They pulled up, roped everything off, car down there. And as my kid's dad say, he was pulling up. He seen a young man getting helped out the car with a bag. Then I didn't know it. And I'm like, I didn't see none of that. There was so much going on at that moment. I'm like, so the police get there, told them what had happened, everything. My oldest son just shaking his head and this, that, and it was just terrible. They say it was blood in the car, so they knew he had got injured, Sahi Phillips. But um, he wasn't in the car. Car come back stolen. It was a stolen vehicle. So again, that should have been more charges on him. Yet it's still a guy that was on probation. Yet it's still nothing. Nothing happened. This guy still riding around. I already told my baby boy as him he'll be back to shoot my house up. And rest assured, after the police left, the 1:30, 40 minutes later, 2 carloads, which we was all outside, my kid's dad, my friend, which is my business partner, and her fiance, and my son, Devon Markevius, was outside. Now, just out there. I'm glad we had guns out there because we had heard what they said, and we weren't gonna take nothing lightly. And rest assured, 2 carloads come down my street shooting at us, which they were shooting back. And I hear my oldest son say, which is Markevius, he had just got out of prison that day. I hear him say, these weak ass niggas done hit me in the head. So they done rolled and their car got shot up. It's like I say, we shot back. One of their cars got shot up bad. They had jumped out of it right down the street where actually one of the guys' mothers live. And I told the police there, I said they jumped out right down there. That boy, Deontay mom stay right down the street, you know. And I'm telling them, I'm giving them what I know. Nothing. And I was like, why leave nobody in the area? We told y'all these guys said they was gonna come back. They must was watching because y'all wasn't gone 30 minutes. They come right back and do what they tried to do, what they say they was gonna do, but it didn't. They didn't shoot my house up like they planned it on doing because we shot back. But my oldest son, Markevius, which like I just got out of prison that day, August the 17th, he got shot in the head that day and in the arm.
The day he got out.
The day he got out was something he had nothing to do with. Really didn't know too much about it, but what I told him over the phone, didn't know no details about it. But yeah, got shot in the head because I'm like, when it all happened, we was like, calm down, Markevius, because he got a bunch of hair. He wore a fro, as you can see, he had a bunch of hair. It's like, Markevius, ain't nothing wrong. And next thing you know, blood start pouring down the middle of his head. I said, oh my God. And he started panicking. He said, Mom, I'm hit. I see the blood. Y'all call some. I said, I'm finna call the ambulance. I called the ambulance, called the police right back. He came back and he did get hit. Which it then he got hit like I guess the bullet went across him and hit him across the head, like scraped him, which it did fracture, but it didn't do as bad as damage as it did to my daughter. She got shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, he stayed in the hospital over a week and recovered. Had bad headaches. He really couldn't even walk too good when he got out. It's like, because I guess his brain had to catch up back with everything. He was walking like, if you ever noticed somebody that's kind of paralyzed or have kind of like muscle problems in a leg and they walk like they got some kind of limp and hop like it's walking in it. I'm like, oh my God. But the doctor said that'll get better. It's just that he is basically him have they didn't put him in physical therapy, so he basically was learning how to walk again. Like it had to catch up with itself. But eventually days went by, he started back walking fine. The headache subsided, yet and still told him everybody that did this, everybody that was shooting out the cars, nothing happened. No charges.
That make no sense. Jason, like all this evidence.
I gave them names, pictures, addresses to their mom's houses. I'm talking about I gave them everything but a piece of their hair off their head, and nothing happened.
Okay, so I'm just Christy, we didn't even get a chance to talk about all of this over the phone with me and you talked over the phone. I'm in wild right now. In wild mode. This is crazy. I got to ask this question. I know Saeed, whatever his damn name is. I know he's locked up now. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's locked up now. Is your family still living in fear? Is there any type of fear right now with Saeed being gone?
Of course, because we so continue to live like fearfully. I'm like, because Saeed didn't act alone. These other guys that was shooting at us, they still out.
Because you said 2 carloads.
Yeah, it was Saeed Phillips. Like I don't mind calling their names out. I don't care nothing about it. It
You
was
said
Saeed
Strawberry
Phillips.
damn name. I said, oh Lord, she dropping names. She don't mad.
Yeah, Saeed Phillips, Trayvon Whitaker, um, the Deontay Griffin, um, Kendravius Arnold, and this guy named Gabe. I just know his face. I don't know his name. Been trying to get his actual name, but don't know it. But I know his face. But yeah, I have actually ID'd. There's 3 of them ID'd. Saheed, Kendravius, and Deontay has been ID'd. 2 of them still haven't been ID'd yet. I'm on the officers now. I just went today actually and ID'd Kendravius. So waiting on them to get better photos of the other 2 guys so I can go on and get those charges on them because like I told them, he didn't act alone. And I appreciate what y'all doing and what y'all have done, but I'm not at peace until all of them are held accountable for what they did. It just he didn't act alone. I'm sorry. I want all of them done something about.
And
And
with
that's
that being said, at the end of the broadcast, I always tell everyone, that's on the show with me to stay on, for a couple minutes, because I'm gonna need some information. I'm gonna need some phone numbers to those police officers, email addresses, whatever it is. Because if we apply pressure, things gonna happen, and I believe in that. I truly believe in it.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna apply it. I'm in the process. I'm looking for a lawyer because I just feel deep in my heart at JPD, the state, or whoever, the parole people, whoever did something about this guy, my son will still be alive, and my daughter wouldn't been hadn't going through the things she going through and wouldn't been fighting for her life at that time. I just believe that deep in my heart, and they did not do their job with this guy because he's supposed to, all these charges and stuff he had, supposed to been locked up.
Both of your kids could be alive if they would have
Possibly.
did what they were supposed to do.
Right.
We don't know we can't predict the future. So we don't know. And I take that back. I can't sit here and say both of your kids would have been alive. But from what we are hearing tonight, if they would have did their job, Saheed and his friends wouldn't have did nothing. Because Saheed would have been gone. It sounds like Saheed was the ringleader in this.
Him and Deontay, for sure. Yeah. They would have been handled. I just feel like just like they running now, taking down their Instagrams, taking down their Facebook, they would have been running scared because the rest of them were just puppets behind them. They was do boys. So yeah, I just like I say, I feel deep in my heart that they did something about Sahi mainly, and that would have put them like they running scared now. That would have been enough to my son. I just feel like he'll still be here. I really do.
So after Devaun was murdered, your daughter, she was in the hospital. Sorry, I didn't hit the doggone microphone. Your daughter was in the hospital. Y'all know finally that she's gonna pull through. She's gonna make it. And then your house gets shot up again?
Not actually. It's the news people had it wrong, but I couldn't change it because they didn't air it. But it actually, know that the day my son got murdered on January the 26th, that house that it did get shot up, my old house, which I didn't live there anymore. Some new people had actually moved in. And I posted a video of them guys shooting that lady house up. They actually thought I had lived back, I guess moved back to that house because they seen a car that resembled mine, which they had a black Challenger. And that's what I told the young lady of the house. I said, I guess they thought I had moved back because they seen your black Challenger, which if they would have paid attention, me and her cars are two different cars. But they 4 days in the morning and shot that lady house up over 50 plus times.
And nobody was hurt.
A young lady, her friend girl, ended up getting shot in the leg, she said. Both of her dogs was killed that night. And how her kids' rooms was riddled with bullets. She said it was by the grace of God that they didn't get hit. But she reached out to me because she found me on Facebook because I had a package that got delivered there that Friday. And I went by there actually to try to get my package because I made a mistake and got it delivered there when nobody answered. And that's how she found me on Facebook and asked me, what did I know about what was going on with this house? Because the officers that came out and did the report said that it was previous shootings there. And had she known, she would have never moved there. But like I told her, yeah, and I gave her the guys' names. They shot her house up because they was the guys. Because they immediately, the day they killed my son, they boasted and bragged. Basically, they posted a whole video of guns and them posted up and made had the caption on the video, but we the ones they want dead though. Same night my son was murdered. So I'm knowing what they talking about. You know, I read in between. And then the other caption of the video said, the only way y'all live is if we out of town. So they taunted me right then. And I'm like, I screenshotted that, got the video down and all of that same truck that they in with that video, posting up and making that video. That was the same vehicle that went past that lady's house and shot her house up. And I told her that. I told the police that.
And the police still ain't went and got
Still
nobody.
nothing. Still nothing. Like I say, I had to post that video for it to go viral. I had to get on the news for something to end up being done because, you know, that kind of pissed me off because y'all went to these people's house because y'all assumed that I lived there. Y'all had already killed my son the night before. What else y'all want? And then y'all shot this lady house up there and it could have killed all them people. Innocent people that had nothing to do with this mess. And that pissed me off because all them little babies, I think said she had 6 kids. And that's just terrible. And I don't know if y'all got the video off my page, but girl, you should have seen and heard that mess. They shot this lady house you can hear 2 of the guns. 2 of them had switches on it. One was a single, it was 3 people shooting out that truck. They shot that lady house up. You should have heard it. It was terrible. Scared that lady half to death. She moved out that house the next day.
I'm sure she did.
She said, I don't know what when I said, well, baby, I'm so sorry, but that shooting had nothing to do with you. It was because they thought, but how dumb could y'all be? Why y'all didn't make sure that I lived there? If y'all aiming for me and my family, you know, y'all assumed that because of a vehicle in the yard. That's just innocent people could have been killed. And that right there drove me to get on Facebook, to make my post, make my status, post that video of them shooting that lady house up. But the pictures that they showed, there was previous pictures of them when they shot my house up repeatedly. Even when I wasn't there before I moved out, they was coming by there just shooting it up. So I immediately, you know, made in my mind, I'm finna just go on and move because they ain't gonna stop. It's like this shit beyond Devaun now. They want anybody. It's like they trying to kill everybody, you know, the family and all, and I don't get it, you know, but I'm finna just go on and move because this not safe. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to move because I'm actually in the process, well, inquiring about the homeowner there. I wanted to buy that house. I love the house. I had to leave it because of these words.
And the landlord, because I'm assuming, because you said you wanted to buy it, so you had a landlord. The landlord knew why you was leaving?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, the landlord shouldn't have let nobody come move in right away like that either.
Like I told her, she said she should have known. Not necessarily. It's not their place the shooting had nothing to do with the new tenants. Like I'm not gonna lose my money by telling you it's a gun. Like okay, for instance, just hypothetically speaking, somebody was murdered in his house last month. I'm not gonna tell every tenant that come there that someone was murdered in his house. You think anybody would come there and stay there? I would never make any money. Like it had nothing to do with me. I'm a new tenant. You see what I'm saying? Like I told her, don't take that out on the landlord because he's making his money. It wasn't his place to actually tell you it was a shooting involved with different people. It ain't like we family members and family members moving in. You a whole nother set of people. Them people don't even know you, you know, to even be shooting at y'all. Or, you know, it ain't like we some kin. So, you know, like I told her, don't take that to heart with the landlord because I'm pretty sure you go move somewhere else and it's something could have been happening at that house you'll never know about because they not gonna tell us what happened in these houses. You know,
right. You
And
right.
like I say, it still goes back to those cowards. They shouldn't have never shot that lady house up, period. Without knowing, if y'all aiming for me and my family, y'all should have made sure. But y'all didn't. They didn't care.
They
They
didn't care.
just seen a vehicle and shot that lady house up. But how dumb could you be? Y'all had been shooting my house up repeatedly. Why would y'all think I would even move back to that house? Come on now.
Exactly. Mm, mm, mm. Whew, Christy, it ain't nothing but God
Yeah,
that you're here to tell this story. It ain't nothing but God. Like these folks, were like you said, were trying to kill any and everybody.
basically.
Mm, mm.
And I'm telling the officers everything every time. Still nothing.
Too. But still,
Still
continue
nothing.
to tell it. Anything you hear, anything that goes on, still continue to tell it. Because eventually, somebody gonna get caught slipping. Somebody been pillow talking. Somebody gonna tell something. So anything, I don't care how big or how small, and that's for anybody out there in Mississippi that's watching. If you know anything, no matter how big or no how small, tell it. Tell it. They need to get off the streets.
Of course.
All of them.
Yes,
Because they
ma'am.
can care less about people, apparently. You need to tell it if you want to be safe in your community. Well, it is time for our tribute, Christy. I do have a tribute, but before we get into this tribute, I do have to play our commercial for the night. Um, whew, Christy, this was a lot. It's a lot, and I'm sure it's more. You just can't
Hmm.
fit it all in. Christy, you my new friend. I'm just telling you right now, you my new friend. We're gonna get into this Wednesday night commercial. When we come back, we have the tribute for Markevius and Devaun. Here we go. Hey y'all, it's your girl, the missus with the kisses, baby. Mwah. Thank y'all so much for joining me and Jason tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if we got a special guest, thank you, special guest. I thank you for coming, sharing your story. But y'all make sure y'all watch us each and every Wednesday, okay? Each and every Wednesday, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Where you said? You said where? Roku TV. Roku TV, Facebook, YouTube, and also Twitch, baby. Twitch. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, PGT Time spelled with a Y. And make sure you also follow me on all the other platforms just as well. Thank you so much for joining us each and every Wednesday, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Back to the show we go, baby. We going back. Bye. Jason, y'all, we got Christy down. She in the cut. She can hear. She can see everything that's going on. Jason. I don't know, Jason. I don't know. This story might be the story that we have never ever heard
That part.
on PGT Time.
That
I
part.
don't think we have ever had a story like this before, ever on
Right.
PGT Time.
If she didn't do what she did and investigate and put those videos out and get it out there like she did, it had never got done.
No.
Nothing would have never
If she
came
wouldn't have
to
never
resolve.
got on the news on top of it,
Yeah.
nothing would have been done. Nothing. Christy wouldn't even been on PGT Time if she would not have gotten on the news. Mississippi, y'all gotta do better. Y'all gotta do better than this. Y'all running on the same line as Memphis right about now in my eye. Memphis and Chicago. Y'all got to, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This don't make no sense.
Yeah, this is wild.
After Markevius got shot in the head, them niggas should have been gone. They should have been gone. But they still turned around and shot Devon twice. They should have been gone. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. Mississippi, y'all get the down. Y'all ain't shit. I'm sorry. And I don't never do nothing like that. Mississippi police, y'all ain't shit. This is ridiculous. How dare y'all have a mother? It ain't even got to do with color. That she had to go through that. So she shouldn't have to pay nobody a motherfucking dime. She shouldn't have to pay them nothing. Because y'all should have did y'all job. How dare y'all? How dare y'all? Y'all ain't shit, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. She could have lost 3 kids on Mississippi watch, on day clock. But y'all getting paid. Paid for what? Oh, they can go to hell. Because this is ridiculous. John Dale said that plus they killed his son, killed the son, should have made the cops get on their job. It's sad that they don't have no respect for you to keep shooting at your family, and you made their parents aware of what they are doing, and they doing nothing. Shaking my head. It's sad.
Right.
It is sad. This done made me mad, Jason.
Man, it is upsetting. 100%. 100%.
Jason, we finna get into this tribute. You always got a spiel that you have to say. What's up, Gretchen? I see you just came in.
Right.
Do your spiel before we play this tribute.
You know what I'm saying? The numbers keep fluctuating. We know y'all outside them gates. We know y'all paying attention. Y'all heard Miss Christie was coming up here. You know she already been doing her thug online. You feel me? Like the work has been put in. It's only time will tell at this point. So you already know that the pressure's on. We always say it, the streets do talk. People pillow talking out there. You hear me? And I see y'all looking to see if she's gonna say any more names. Y'all trying to, you know what I'm saying, put the pieces of the puzzle together. We already put that together. We got it. You caught. It's up. It's only a matter of time, right? You know what I'm saying? You know the police ain't that crooked. There's some nice ones out there that's gonna do their job and they're gonna be tapped in with this. So it's time. And after this, everybody gonna speak now. Everybody gonna talk now. After this, everybody gonna talk now.
You better.
So we got.
Because guess what? If you don't, they probably gonna come after you next. Get their asses up off the streets.
Gotta get them off the streets, man, because this is ridiculous.
They don't care.
This is terrorism. You know what I'm saying?
They don't value life, a person's life. This woman birthed 4 kids. And now she's down to 2. Could have been down to 1. Get them off the streets. You know what's going on. All you got to do is say something. If you know something, say something.
Say something. That's it. You know what I'm saying? This ain't snitching. This is getting killers off the street. This is getting, you know what I'm saying, menace. People that are being a menace to the society off the street. You know what I'm saying? You want your kids to walk around safe. You want them to grow up. You want them to be able to produce and have families and say that, you know, they whatever the case may be. So get these people that are being menace to your society off the street. It's that simple.
Gretchen like, hey, friend, I will catch up what I missed. I know you will, girl, because you know I'm mad right now. I went to school with Gretchen.
Mm-hmm.
Gretchen, now, whatever's going on, Miss Peachy is very upset right now. I'm very upset because this is ridiculous. There's no way. There is no way in a society where we pay our freaking taxes.
That part.
That this woman should be burying 2 doggone kids in a matter of 2 to 3 freaking months. It almost lost her daughter. because y'all ain't doing y'all job. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I can't wait to talk to Christy after this broadcast. I don't like it. Let's get into this tribute. Jason has said what he had to say. We know y'all watching. We know y'all seeing. And if you ain't watching, your pillow talkers, they
That
watching.
part. That's gonna be
So
big.
go on
right
ahead,
there.
feel
Fact.
sad, shed a few tears. Christy, go on and get your tissue because you might need it too. Because I make sure that all these videos, these tributes that I make sure they're extra sad for y'all. I don't know if Mama P still watching. I can't do much cussing, Christy. But baby, I'm on fire right now, just like my hair is red on fire. If I was not on PGT time right now, baby, you would hear so many cuss words right now coming out my mouth. Jason knows. He done heard me in action. I'm telling you, this is ridiculous. Ain't none of us safe in these streets. None of us. Only thing we can do is keep praying and asking God to cover every last one of us. Christy, I'm praying for you, baby. I'm praying for you. Let's get into this tribute. Here we go.
Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? Oh, I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. Would you hold my hand if I saw you in heaven? Oh, would you help me stand if I saw you in heaven? Oh, I'll find my way through night and day, 'cause I know I just can't stay here in heaven. Oh, here in heaven. Oh, 'cause I don't belong here in heaven.
I don't care what these boys has done. I don't care what they have been into. I don't care if he took $6,500 worth of drugs. I can care less. It does not cause for Christy to be up here right now in tears crying, and because y'all done took 2 of her freaking sons. This is sad. It's ridiculous. And it needs to stop. I wish I had a magic wand to where I can make it all stop now. I wish I can hold your tears right now, Christy, because this don't make no sense. Usually I come on here and I'm like, the killers, we got to get the killers. We got to get them off here. Police in Mississippi, I blame y'all.
I do.
I'm sorry. I blame y'all for this one. Y'all take the L for this. This shouldn't have happened at all. In a 2 to 3 month span? Really? This is ridiculous. And y'all ain't even doing y'all job. Baby, I need the phone numbers. After this show, I need the phone number. They finna hear from Peachy. They finna hear from Miss Peachy. Because this don't make no sense. Screw y'all. Mississippi have always had a bad name. Always. From doggone racism, everything. And for y'all, she pay her taxes. She do her job as a mother. And for this to happen to her, to her kids, y'all got to live with this. Police officers, detectives, whoever. Y'all got to live with this. If there is any lawyers, any attorneys out there watching, if you know somebody that's an attorney that can help her tonight, please reach out to me. Please reach out to her. You see her name down there. Remember her name. Find somebody that can help her. Because this don't make no sense. We can't get back Markevius and Devaun. We can't get them back. Christy, you know that. We can't get them back. But we can save somebody else. Somebody else's child. They can be saved. But y'all police officers, y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do better. This is ridiculous. Jason, go ahead.
You said it. You said it. There isn't much else to be said. If you see something, say something. If you know something, say something. At this moment, man, we don't need to really, be, I gotta protect the code and boo boo boo. No, man. You see her.
We got a phone number.
You see the families, man. The families are hurting. But like she said, like Peachy just said, let's save other people. Let's save the rest of her children. You feel me?
Yeah,
Get these
you
people
got to
off
think
the
about
street.
that.
Yeah.
They still got to live their life after this. This shit just happened.
Yes.
This just happened. You might as well say this just happened yesterday. This is fresh. Christy could have told me, I'm still dealing with the hurt, the grief. I'm still grieving. I can't come on your show right now. But she fighting for her kids. This is a number that Carmen has put up. Carmen is in Mississippi just as well. She is one of our #1 fans on here on Peachy Tea Time. Next to Mama Peach, because I don't want Mama Peach coming after me. Next to Mama Peach, BG, she's one of them too. #1 fan. Always watching. This is ridiculous. I'm going to put this number back up. I need every last one of y'all that's watching to write this number down. Is they going to tell us anything? No. Trust me, I know. They're not going to tell us shit. But if you keep calling, that's when pressure applies. Share this video. If it go viral, that's when pressure applies. I'm sorry, Christy. I'm sorry. I
am too.
Christy, I didn't mean to make you cry. But it bothers my nerves. All of this could have been avoided if they would have listened to you from the beginning. All this could have been avoided. The bad guys would have been locked up. I don't care what Devaun did. You know why I don't care? Because his mama tried to make it right. So I don't care what he did. I care about what the police has not done and what the killers has done. We gotta do better. We gotta do better. Lawrence said, well, y'all got him as YouTube got him as Merrill, but his name Lawrence. Lawrence said police do not care about black on black crime. Jason, do you have anything to say about that?
You know, I mean,
You
that's
know.
always that's always been the case, right? It's not necessarily to say that they don't care. However, we gotta care first. You know what I mean?
I get you. I get you.
At the end of the day, right? And if we look at this story, those people that gunned down a house that this family no longer lived in didn't care. They didn't pay attention. They didn't do their due diligence to be, thugs. You know what I'm saying? They just out here being menace. Just because they got the ability to shoot stuff, they doing it. Instead of like, you know what I'm saying? Like actually do your homework, see what's going on. Instead, you go in and load off over 50 rounds into a home that no longer is somebody else could have had. It could have been 2 kids at age of 6 dead because of X, Y, and Z and had nothing to do with nothing. So they don't care. So that's like, you know what I'm saying? That it'd be hard for anybody in any relationship or any space to care about somebody if they don't care themselves. So until we start to care about each other enough to say, you know what, I don't need to kill you or hurt you, and I just let you live your own life. All right, whatever. You took the money, I go recoup it somewhere else. Or take the money that the person was trying to give you and move on. The principle still holds tight. Like still hold your principle and hold your ground. But to keep killing each other, yeah, we're not gonna get any help from anybody if we keep doing that. Period.
I don't think, or I'm not gonna say I don't think. I want y'all to know. I'm gonna say it like that. I want y'all to know. Me and Jason take a risk every Wednesday when we have a family on here. We risking our own lives. We don't hide. I could do my whole show without my face being shown. Still get views. Still get people watching. Jason got 3 girls. I got 2 girls and a boy. We don't care. Me and Jason knows if it's our time to go, it's our time to go. We doing this because God called us to do this. This ain't right, y'all. This ain't right. This ain't right. This ain't right. Carmen said JPD was the department that was putting Black people in unmarked graves when families were looking for their family members. Christy, I know we ain't asked you to say nothing. Nothing. We just went on with the show. Christy, this hurts. I don't know you. You don't know us. But baby, we is standing right there with you. I had somebody, I covered a story of this young lady that got murdered and her family member never watched my show a day in her life. Came on in the comments. Went off on me. Went off. How dare you? Why would you do this? No, baby. You ain't the first. And you ain't gonna be the last. This is what we do. We give the families a voice. here at PGT Time. Chrissy done came up here about 3, 4, 5 times and said the news lied. They ain't say it right. This is why we have this platform. Chrissy, I didn't know how this show was going to go. But the spirit is all up in here tonight. I told Chrissy, it'll probably be about an hour and a half. This ain't nothing but God. They got me, Christy, and Jason on here tonight. Police, detectives, Mississippi, Chicago, Memphis, Detroit, do better. Do better. This is where our black people reside at. Atlanta, do better. I'm sorry. This just was a lot. Christy, we finna get off of here. This will not be the last time you hear from me, baby. I assure you that. You may have heard that before in the past. Baby, this is not the last time you're going to hear from me. I'm probably finna get on your damn nerves. And if I do, just let me know. And I'm still going to keep fighting. Because this don't make no sense. Now, at the end of every show, when I have the families on here, I always let them end the show. Okay? So, with that being, I'm going to tell you what to say. Don't even worry about it. But with that being said, Jason, is there anything else you want to say before we end this broadcast?
Not really. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about looking for me. Get Jackson PD under control. You know what I'm saying? Really help figure out how to close the case for her from Markevius. Like, we need closure for that. You hear me? There's still closure that needs to be done, and someone knows. And y'all been watching, y'all been in and out, seeing if your name was being spoken. We know who you are. We know who did it. You know who did it. You know what I mean? Like, it's simple as that. Let this family have closure and resolve. You feel me? So go ahead and speak up. Y'all know where to go ahead and do that. Y'all know who to call. You know what I mean? It ain't Ghostbusters, but it's someone close enough to get your ass busted. You heard? So
There you go. All right, Jason, I'm finna pull you down. I hope you can stay just for a couple seconds after the broadcast ends. Christy, I gotta say this. Thank you for trusting me with your boy's story. I appreciate it. One thing about PGT Time, I don't give a damn about clicks and views. But what I do care about is sharing this video. Everybody needs to know this story. Everybody. Like Jason said, it ain't about PGT Time and how you can find me and all that stuff. Y'all already know all that. But at the end of the day, this whole platform is bigger than me. It's bigger than Jason. It's bigger than Pooley. Chrissy, that's my husband. It's bigger than us. We making moves on here. We helping families on here. Now, Christy, the only thing I want you to do, usually I tell people, talk to the killers. Talk to, your kids. Tell them what you want to tell them. I ain't finna say that. What I want you to do is pour your heart out to JPD. That's what I want you to do. I don't want you to talk to the killers because these motherfuckers are crazy. They are crazy. They can care less. But at the end of the day, God knows. And God gonna handle them way, way, way worse than what JPD can do. You think you out here balling? You think you out here making moves? Baby, you just wait. You just wait. God got something in store for you, baby. And you ain't gonna like it. Because I know God. I know him. You just wait. Pillow talkers, you just wait too. If you don't want to go out and say nothing, you want to keep holding the secret in, you just wait. You gonna wonder why I can't get this. Why everybody living like this, but I'm living like that. You gonna wonder. And just remember Miss Peachy said it. Remember Miss Peachy said it. When you have them hard times, when you sitting there wondering why my kids going through this, why my kids going through that, remember what I said. It may not come through you, baby. It could come through your kids. It come through your mama. It come through your daddy, your favorite auntie. Because you decided not to speak up. You decided not to turn yourself in. Just remember, Miss Peachy said it. That girl with that red fiery hair, she said it. Okay, I'm done. Christy, you talk to the police officers, JPD, tell them what you want to tell them. And if you want to say anything else, if you want to say something to the killers, if you want to say something to Miss Strawberry, you want to say anything to anybody, now's your time. And I want you to stay on just for 2 minutes after I end the broadcast. I will know when you're done because you're going to do like this, the little church finger. You're going to do that. And that's how I know you're done. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and pull myself down. Baby, you got the flow. And make sure, Christy, I know you got probably going to say quite a bit. That's fine. But at the end of the day, make sure you let everybody know where they can find you. For the attorneys, for any other platforms that want to bring you on. Because I don't want you to give up. Anybody that want to talk to you, keep talking. Keep your kids' names out there in these streets, on these platforms. Because social media could be the devil, but the social media, baby, is making a big impact on society and in our community, in our Black community, and in communities all over, whether they Black, white, Mexicans, whatever. We doing our jobs, unlike the police and the detectives. Okay, Christy, go ahead. Bye.
I don't have too much to say. I done basically said everything. I want everybody held accountable. That's it. Not gonna have no peace until all of them be held accountable. Then I'm good. But until then, I'm not good. Still 2 guys we waiting on. So I'm waiting, and I'm like I told the detectives today, y'all got to come on with the come on. And that's just it. I can't. I'm tired, basically, of running down here. Like was said earlier in the show, I'm still grieving my oldest son. I ain't done with it, and still I got to carry on with this death of my next to the oldest. So I'm dealing with a lot, and I don't have time to keep playing with these cowards out here. I want them dealt with, and I just want them dealt with now. It's just, I really do. It's just that.
All right, and Christy, let everybody know where they can find you at.
Well, my social media is my name, CHRISTY Carey. Anybody can find me there, basically, and I'm not gonna disclose my phone number or
Don't do that.
address or anything like that on here, but my social media is open to whoever wanna reach out and If it's legit, then I will reach back out to you all.
All right. Don't call her. Well, not call, but don't inbox her with no BS. If you're ready to help and do your job and help out, reach out to her. If you can't remember, reach out to Miss Peachy. And I will reach out to Christy. And we going to get her some help. Because this got to end. Christy, again, thank you. Thank you so much for coming on to Peachy Tea Time platform. Thank you for trusting me with your young men, your son's stories. Thank you. Y'all, tune in on Friday. I love you all so much. Again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Carmen, let me tell you, Christy. This is why I tell you, this is my fan right here. My number one fan. Christy, Carmen wrote me. She said, I gotta go to bed. I put up a video when I hung up with you. And we had to mix up with the time and everything. I went on live. I was like, y'all, I'm sorry. You know, whatever. Carmen was in my inbox. She's like, I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to work in the morning. So I will watch the replay. And here she was here from the beginning to the end. And she is one of your Mississippi folks. You don't know her, but she is from Mississippi. She is from Mississippi, and she was here to support you. So, Carmen, I thank you. Christy, thank you just as well. Again, I'm going to put that phone number back up. Let me see where it said. There it is. That's a phone number. Christy, whatever number you got, I'm going to need that. If it's different from this one, I'm going to need it. And we're going to see what we could do on our end on PGT time. Okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much. And we out of here. Christy, please stay on just for a couple minutes after I end the broadcast. Here we go. Love you guys. Bye.
Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? Oh, I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. Would you hold my hand if I saw you in heaven? Would you help me stand if I saw you in heaven? Oh, I'll find my way through night and day, 'cause I know I just can't stay here in heaven. Oh, here in heaven. Oh, 'cause I
Dad!